Rosie, your savoury halloumi bun was fantastic. It's delicious, nice and spicy, but it's time for something a little bit sweet. So I'm going to show you my souffle pancake with berries and nuts. It is very sweet and very delicious.
It's going to be fluffy, isn't it?
Well, just like me.
A bit like you.
Yeah, that's what they call me, fluffy. Anyway, I've got some eggs there. I want you to separate the eggs. I want the whites in your bowl, and then I'll put the yolks in my bowl.
Okay.
I'm going to put a cup of self-raising flour into my bowl, and I'll just measure it out there. Probably a little bit more in there. Beautiful. In goes the yolk. I've also got about a quarter of a cup of caster sugar. In that goes. And I've got some baking powder to make it even fluffier. In that goes as well. I've also got a little bit of melted butter, and I'll pour that in, about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. That'll make it taste even more delicious. Now, I've got some milk, and I'll pour about a cup of milk in here. This is beautiful milk, and I'll just make sure I measure it. You might need a little bit more milk if you've spilt the flour, but I think I've got it pretty much accurately. What do you think? In goes the milk, and then all I need to do is whisk it around together to incorporate the yolks, the milk, and the sugar. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to get you to whisk up those egg whites till they're light and fluffy. It takes about a minute or so, or it might be a couple of minutes for you. You have to go faster than that. Come on, Rosie. So mix it around till I've got a nice smooth batter, and Rosie's got some lovely egg whites that are nicely whisked up. Nearly ready. Now you can see my egg whites are nice and fluffy like that. They've come together beautifully.
Yeah, they have.
Now give your whisk a bit of a tap. Get the batter off it like that. And now we're going to fold the egg white into the batter. And the reason I do that, Rosie, is so the egg white becomes nice and fluffy. The trick with it is take a little bit of the egg white and just fold it through nice and gently. That slackens off the batter and gets a little bit of the egg white in there. And then we're ready to put the rest of it in.
Delicate.
Nice and exactly. Delicate. Dainty, fluffy, it all works together.
Lovely.
It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of egg white still there, as long as you've got plenty of air bubbles, and that's what the egg white does. It traps the air bubbles inside it, and then you fold it through so it becomes lovely and fluffy. Now my pan is on, nice and low, and I'll pop a little piece of butter straight into the middle of the pan, and it just sizzles all the way around. And now all I need to do is pour in the batter. Straight into the centre there like that. I make sure I get every single bit of batter. And I've got it in the pan here, and I'm seeing it's already starting to set on the outside. And here's the tricky part. This is the good bit. I want to cook this in the oven. And with this handle here, which is removable, I can throw the whole fry pan into the oven and let it cook. It'll souffle up a little bit, go nice and golden brown on the outside, and then we'll be able to finish it off. So into the oven we go. Rosie, it's looking good, isn't it?
Really good.
Nice and fluffy and soft.
Puffed up a lot, hasn't it?
It has puffed up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a little trick to get it out. This is my upside-down plate method. It's the safest way to do it. And make sure when you do it, you get a plate that's bigger than the outside of the pan. So then when you flip it like this, 1, 2, 3, and you hope it's sort of ready to go, out it comes.
I don't know why
I
worried.
my goodness.
Look at that.
Like a professional.
It's
There we
almost
go.
a cake.
It almost is, and you can imagine you'd probably need to share this with a few people.
This isn't for one, is it?
I have 3 teenage sons, so this would be devoured in seconds, so you could feed a lot of people. Now, I'm going to load it up. Now, I'm going to use cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese. It's got a great flavour to it.
Great, high in protein as well.
Exactly. It'll soak up all the sweetness as well, so it's a little bit savoury.
Nice.
Now, Rosie, go nuts. Got chocolate there, got almonds, I've got maple syrup. Let's just go crazy.
OK, we're loading
Raspberries on these. You know how a Frenchman says raspberries? Raspberries. There we go. That's an old one.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's an old one, but a good one. On goes some chocolate, because we want that to melt into it as well. Some blueberries go on there as well. Look at that. Blueberries going everywhere.
There's really no rules here, is there?
There are no rules. Just if there are rules, we're going to break them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks fantastic. Now, while you're putting the maple syrup over the top and the icing sugar, I'll put a few mint leaves around the outside here to make it look even more delicious.
That is gorgeous.
I'm going to help you with that one. I just think that's it. Let it go. That's it. You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
You need a bit of help with that one, don't you?
I do, yes.
A little bit more mint on it and go crazy, all up nice and high. That is a great looking pancake, isn't it? Now, if I brought that to you, if you were in your bed and I brought that to you, you'd be feeling warm and fuzzy, wouldn't you?
Maybe. We'll see.
You might go into a coma and have to sleep for another couple of hours, but I tell you what, it's going to be a great dish. Knife and fork, let's tuck into this one. I reckon a couple of crispy bits of bacon, but it is Rosie friendly, isn't it?
It really is. Let's
Okay.
go.
Oh.
It's almost a shame cutting into it.
Oh, it's not. We've got to eat it. You can't.
This is what food's about. Look at that.
It is like a big giant pancake. It's sort of a cross between a cake, a pan-cooked cake, isn't it? A pan-cooked cake in the oven for brunch.
Get eating. That is delicious. Wow, that is light, fluffy.
It's one of those things that looks amazing, and it does, but it tastes a whole lot better. And this is where our job is so fantastic, because we get to eat this wonderful food. You can keep talking, Rosie. I'm going to keep eating. If you serve this up to me in bed, I would be very, very happy.
That won't happen.